Hey guys, welcome back. So the last time I did my April favorites video and I mentioned my airbrush makeup as one of my favorites. A lot of you said that you wanted to see an entire video dedicated to my airbrush makeup system. So here I am, and today I'm going to give you a 101 on airbrush makeup. So first I'll show you all the components of the airbrush makeup system, and then I'll get into a demo and show you how I actually go about doing my makeup. So the first thing here is my airbrush makeup gun, which has this makeup cup right here. This is where we put in the makeup drops, whether it's your blush or highlighter or contour or foundation or even your eyeshadow. Today I'm just going to talk about doing my foundation, blush and highlight with the airbrush. I will keep the whole eyeshadow and eye makeup for another time. So yeah, let's look at the gun. This is the lever which you rock in order for the makeup to spray out of the nozzle right here. And then this is where the gun is attached to a hose, and this hose goes into the compressor which creates the pressure. So this is the compressor I was talking about. My whole makeup system is from Dinair. I will link it down below for you to see what Dinair is all about. And so yeah, the hose I was talking about goes right here, and this creates the pressure for the makeup to be sprayed out. And this is where I put in the adapter, and this is where basically the electrical supply comes from. And this is your dial where you can sort of change the pressure. I keep it at about 12 o'clock, and at 12 o'clock is where I get about 9 psi. So you can spray anything between 8 to 12 psi depending upon your or your client's comfort. So this ring right here on the compressor is where the gun goes and rests. So this is how it looks. So guys, this is the rubber pad that I keep my compressor on, because the compressor is constantly vibrating, and on any glass or wooden tabletop it sort of just runs and keeps moving from one place to the other. So this is how it sits over the rubber pad so that it doesn't keep moving. So I've already done my eye makeup, and I'm going to start with a primer. This is my favorite primer to use under airbrush. This is the Makeup Forever High Definition Instant Radiance and Hydration Serum. So I'm just using the dropper and taking one pump at the back of my hand. I'm using my foundation brush to apply it. So while the airbrush is amazing for the rest of the face, it really does not work so well for the under eyes. I find that it's really drying, and it becomes, it sort of just settles in the fine lines. So I don't like to use the airbrush on my under eyes to get good coverage. I'm going to use my Chanel Correcteur Perfection Concealer in the shade 30 under my eyes, and I'm going to blend that out first, and then I'm going to airbrush the rest of the face. This is a slightly warmer tone concealer, and it works really well for the under eyes. I found this brush from Cara. This is exactly like the Artis brushes. It's quite the dupe for that, and that's what I'm going to use to blend the under eye concealer today. Guys, let me know if you want to see a whole video review and tutorial and like a demo to see how I use this stuff. So I have a concealer on my under eyes, and I don't have any concealer anywhere else. I have a lot of scarring happening right now in this big red zit right here. So I thought it would be a great day to show you how well the airbrush works in covering all of this up. I'm going to use the color Light Golden Beige from Dinair. This is from the Glamour line, and I'm just going to shake this up, and I will pour it here, maybe like 3 to 4 drops, just right here inside the makeup cup. And now I'm going to turn on the compressor at about 9 psi, and I'm not going to be able to talk while the compressor is on because it makes a little bit of a noise. While airbrushing, I always keep the gun at about 5 to 6 inches away from my face, and notice how I always keep rocking the lever back and forth. If I pull it all the way back and keep going on and on, then I will get a very patchy application. Pulling onto the lever back and forth and rocking it back and forth sort of gives me a very blended and seamless kind of an application. Also notice how I'm going round and round constantly for the same exact reason that I am rocking on the lever. Just to keep everything looking very even, I am going to take the airbrush makeup under my eyes as well, but just a super fine mist. I don't want it to become too thick and settle in my fine lines. Then I am taking the makeup on to my neck and down on my décolleté as well. So guys, the airbrushing is done, but I used a little bit of concealer under my eyes and I'm going to need to set that with a loose powder. So that's what I am doing right now. The rest of the face really does not need any kind of powder or anything. While I love the coverage and the no makeup look that airbrush gives you, it really does not have any dewiness to it. So I'm going to add this thing called Moist and Dewy from Dinair. I'll just maybe use 2 drops of this in my makeup cup and just spray it along these areas wherever I want the skin to look really nice and healthy and have that dewy glow. So yeah, that's what I'm going to use. It's not shiny or iridescent at all. It's just going to have this nice water shine kind of finish. So for a light flush on my cheeks, I'm going to use this Dinair Glamour liquid in peach pink. Just like 2 drops. I'm just taking this color right on the apples of my cheeks and a little bit over that, not too high up onto the temple. So that's it guys, that's all for the airbrush makeup. I'm not going to contour with the airbrush because to be completely honest, I still have to find a color that I love. I'm not a fan of the colors I have, they're all very orangey and brown. I prefer something more cool toned or grey toned to contour. So once I come across something that is perfect for contouring with airbrush, I will let you guys know. So just to complete the look, I'm going to use the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color San Paulo. So that's it guys, I'm all set. Airbrush is amazing for special occasions and for bridal makeup and for film and television because it holds up like a dream. If you have a lot of acne scarring or marks that you want to keep hidden for a long time, and with regular makeup it can sort of wear off and start showing up eventually, but airbrush makeup stays put in its place for a long time, and till you want to remove the airbrush makeup, it's not going to go anywhere. A lot of times people and my clients come and ask me if airbrush makeup is silicone makeup, and the answer to that is no. Silicone is perfectly safe and is used a lot with hand applied cosmetics, but what happens with the airbrush is that it sort of becomes airborne. So the moment it starts getting sprayed out of the gun, it is inhaled by the user and by the person who is it being applied on. On prolonged inhalation of this mist produced by the apparatus, it actually poses serious health concerns to your lungs and to your reproductive system. So most good airbrush companies have stopped using silicone formulations for their airbrush makeup. Another question that I get asked very often is if you can pick up your regular traditional foundation, let's say like Makeup Forever HD, and pass it through the airbrush and just airbrush it onto the skin. And the answer is no, you cannot do that. The liquid that passes through this has to be of a certain viscosity and a certain texture so that it passes out nicely, otherwise it will just clog the gun. But there is a way out. You can mix your foundation or any other liquid that you want to spray through the gun with a 2,4,4 fluid, but then again that 2,4,4 fluid is essentially silicone, and then you have all those concerns about health and hazards. So I personally have not ever tried that, and I probably wouldn't. The airbrush is a high maintenance tool, and it has to be really taken care of. One has to clean it really regularly and right after use. So you can't just spray your makeup and leave it there and forget about it, because it will clog completely. I use two things. I use this airbrush cleaner from Dinair right after I have finished my makeup, and if I feel that there is something clogging in there and something is things are not as smooth as they should be, then I use the deep clean, which is the anti-clog remover, every once in a while inside all my guns, so that they all stay healthy and happy and keep spraying nicely. So that's all for today, guys. That's my complete makeup look, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it didn't get too technical or boring for you. And leave me a comment below to tell me what else you would like to watch, and I will film it for you. And don't forget to subscribe. See you guys. Bye.